If you like our video, click the button to subscribe to our channel and get easy access to new content. To see our full suite of ad-free video courses, instruction manuals, and quick reference guides, visit us at www.teachucomp.com. The color replacement tool in Photoshop replaces an original color in an image with the foreground color. It also provides an artistic advantage in that it preserves all the tones in the image. You can change the sampling methods, limits, and tolerance settings to control the range of colors that Photoshop changes in your image. To use the color replacement tool in Photoshop, select it from the Tools panel, where it shares a button in the Tools panel with the Brush tool, the Pencil tool, and the Mixer Brush tool. The Tools panel displays the last of these tools you selected. So make sure you select the Color Replacement tool by clicking and holding down on this button and then selecting the Color Replacement tool choice from the side menu that appears if needed. To set the options for the Color Replacement tool, use the Settings in the Options bar control panel. To set the brush settings, click the Click to open the Brush Preset Picker button to show the Brush Preset Picker panel. To set the size of the brush, use the Size slider or enter a value into the adjacent field in the Brush Preset Picker panel. To set the hardness of the brush, use the Hardness slider or enter a percentage into the adjacent field. To set the distance between brush marks in a stroke, use the Spacing slider or enter a percentage into the adjacent field. To set the brush angle and roundness, enter values into the Angle and Roundness fields, or click and drag the solid circles and arrow in the brush tip icon to the left of these fields in the Brush Preset Picker panel. To choose what device controls the size and tolerance of the brush, select a choice from the Size and Tolerance dropdown. Your choices include pen pressure, stylus wheel, or off. Then click the Click to open the Brush Preset Picker button again to collapse the panel. Next, select the mode the color replacement tool uses to change the color values in the image from the Mode dropdown in the Options bar control panel. The default mode is Color, which replaces the hue and saturation of the image color to match the foreground color choice. For more specialized types of color changes, though, you can select one of the other color modes. For example, to replace only the hue of the image color with the hue of the foreground color, select the Hue mode. Alternatively, to change only the saturation of the image color with the saturation of the foreground color, select the Saturation mode. Alternatively, to replace only the luminosity of the image color with the luminosity of the foreground color, select the Luminosity mode. Next, to select the color sampling method to use to determine which colors to replace in the image, click one of the three sampling buttons in the Options bar control panel. To continuously replace whichever color in the image appears under the crosshair in the center of the icon for the color replacement tool on screen as you click and drag with the tool, click the Continuous button. Alternatively, to only replace the initial color in the image that appears under the crosshair in the center of the icon for the color replacement tool on screen when you click and drag with the tool, click the Once button. Alternatively, to replace color in the image that matches the background color, click the Background Swatch button. To select the physical range of the sampled pixel color to replace in the image within the limits of the outer brush stroke circle icon of the color replacement tool on screen as you click and drag with the tool, select a choice from the Limits dropdown. To replace the sampled color with the foreground color wherever it appears under the tool's stroke icon, select the Discontiguous choice. Alternatively, to replace colors that are physically adjacent to or touching the selected color under the crosshair in the icon, select the Contiguous choice. Alternatively, to only replace sampled pixels that are touching, much like the Contiguous choice, but with an emphasis on finding edges of objects under the brushstroke icon when you use it. Select the Find Edges choice. One of the most important settings when using the color replacement tool in Photoshop is the tolerance setting. To determine how similar in color the pixels to change should be to the color sampled by the color replacement tool, type a percentage into the tolerance setting. A lower percentage changes only colors very similar to the sampled one, and a higher percentage changes a broader range of colors. To smooth the edges of the color in areas you change in the image, check the Anti-Alias checkbox. If desired, to set the brush angle and pen pressure, use the final two buttons at the right end of the Options bar control panel as usual. If needed, then select the color to apply as the current foreground color. After selecting the desired foreground color, then click and/or click and drag over the color in the image to replace with your foreground color choice. You can zoom in and out for more precision when replacing color if needed. Remember to click the subscribe button to see more of our videos. See our full suite of courses, instruction manuals, and quick reference guides at www.teachucomp.com.